Hi, I'm Michelle Begue with a look at what's happening in Latin America now. But first, our news trivia. In which Latin American country was an underwater art gallery created to protect coral reefs? We'll have the answer later. Wildfires are raging in Brazil's Pantanal and ravaging its wetlands. Officials say the number of fires in its wetlands from January to June this year reached almost 1,200 outbreaks. This is an increase of more than 1,000% compared to the same time last year. Officials say the dry period in the coming months will only intensify the potential for problems in the wetlands region. Brazil's wetlands are located in the center of the country. Extreme and deadly flooding have been making headlines throughout Brazil this past month. Environment Secretary Marina Silva warned this week that there's an increase in desertification due to global warming. Mexico's newly elected president, Claudia Sheinbaum, met with outgoing president Andrés Manuel López Obrador to discuss the presidential transition. Sheinbaum will become Mexico's first female president. During the campaign, she promised to tackle issues such as gender violence and to take a more active stance on the fight against climate change. After her meeting, Sheinbaum said she would encourage broad discussions to be held on proposed constitutional and judicial reforms. She believes one of the first reforms that could be passed would be replacing an appointed Supreme Court with elected judges. Haiti's newly selected leader, Prime Minister Gary Conille, was discharged from a hospital on Sunday night. He was there for the treatment of an undisclosed condition. In a video published on YouTube, Conille said he felt well and was ready to lead the country out of its current crisis. He took the health scare as an opportunity to declare his intentions and prioritize issues such as healthcare. Conille said his night at the hospital made him think of those who don't have access to clinics because of ongoing violence in the country. Now let's go to Peru with my colleague Dan Collyns, who has a special report.
Michelle, Latin American cuisine, particularly from Peru, continues to be among the best in the world. For another year, Peruvian restaurants have topped the list of 50 best restaurants on the planet, based on the reviews of dozens of experts. In fifth place came Maido, the restaurant of Japanese-Peruvian chef Mitsuharu Sumura, known as Micha. The restaurant takes its name from a Japanese phrase used to greet people, Maido, and it's the first thing diners will hear when stepping into the place. Its tasting menu features more than 10 courses, and each one is an explosion of flavors, according to chef Micha. The prize joins dozens of others from previous years for the award-winning eatery. 10 more Latin American food businesses won a place in the world's top 50, among them in 16th place, Coye. It is where Pia Leon, winner of the world's best female chef in 2021, lets her gastronomic instincts run wild with Peru's rich pantry of ingredients. In 2018, Leon was voted Latin America's best female chef, cementing her position as a role model to female chefs all over the world.
Now let's check out what stories we're following for next week. We're following an attack in Chile at the Quilpe Zoo. The perpetrators, wild dogs. Authorities at the scene said 21 deer and 2 peacocks were killed by wild dogs that burrowed under the fences during the night. The zoo in Valparaíso is home to a total of 549 animals on 4 hectares of land. Officials say they are investigating what parties are responsible. And now the answer to our news trivia. The answer is B. In 2018, artists from Colombia created 25 statues that were placed off the coast of the Caribbean island Isla Fuerte. The clay sculptures stand 1.5 meters tall and are located 6 meters deep in the sea, creating an artificial reef. This is attracting sea life and divers. Now the initiative in Isla Fuerte will expand with another 25 statues to encourage tourists to view these artificial reefs and not threaten the original fragile ecosystems that have been formed for thousands of years. According to the environmental minister, 2/3 of Colombia's corals are suffering from bleaching, which causes corals to die off. Warming oceans are just one of the threats to this fragile ecosystem.
And that's it for this week. We'll see you again soon on Latin America Now.